Hi, this is Andre for Downtown Music here in Sydney. Today we've got a Bad Cat amplifier here to show you, an amp called a Hot Cat 30. And I actually own one of these, but one of the previous models. These new ones now have a few little additional features that they have on there that the old ones don't have. They are a 30 watt all class A amp. They run really hot, and if you want to cook some eggs on them, feel free. After about 5 minutes they run really hot. And in fact, I've found that with mine there's been a little bit of discoloration on the box because the head runs so hot, but that's just the way they are. What I want to do is just run across the channel strip. These amps have 2 channels. They have, you can use them one channel or the other channel, or both channels simultaneously. The old one that I have, the foot switch that used to come with it was an ABY foot switch, so you could plug 2 leads out of the foot switch into the 2 channels and then select either one channel, the other channel, or both channels. The new ones now have a proprietary pin, and the switch at the back will switch all that, and you can plug straight into the front of the amp. You don't have to plug into the foot switch. But the input, as you can see, the input here is a clean input and a gain input, which is the drive channel. So at the moment, I'm in the clean channel. But if I pull that lead out and go in there, I go straight into the drive channel. So you can, as I said, now they have foot switchable with a proprietary pin at the back, so the foot switch will switch you through all the combinations. You have here the volume control. Now this is just for the clean channel. Only controls the volume for the clean channel. This, in fact, on the old one, the only thing that worked was on the clean channel was the volume and the brilliance control were the only 2 things. Now they've actually got a tone selector pot. I'm sorry, I'm just falling over there. Sunbeam Sultanas, man, they're unreal. You should try them. They're a great little sugar fix in the middle of the day. Anyway, they have a 5-way tone selector switch here that just basically switches through some frequency. So you've got on channel 1 the 3 things that are really interactive, or in fact the 4 things that sort of work on this channel are volume, the tone, which has 5 selectable frequencies, the reverb, which is on the channel there, and the brilliance control here, which is functional on both the drive channel and the clean channel. So all the other knobs on this channel strip here just do not function in the clean channel mode. So that's all that works on there. So all the other knobs do not function on the clean channel mode. They only function on the dirty channel. Just give you a quick listen to the clean channel. Hang on a sec. So there you have it. I'll give you now just a quick rundown on the drive channel. Jack out, jack in, drive. No reverb on the drive channel. Dry as a bone. But what you have here is you have these controls here. You have gain, which is the obvious thing. It's the amount of gain or drive that there is on the. We wind that right back. That's the amount of gain. So we can roll that midway, let's say. And then we have here an edge control, which can, it's like a bit of a tone filter. So sort of it can smooth out the sound a little bit, because the overdrive on this amp is a little bit fuzzy. It can be a little bit bright and fuzzy, especially with the back pickup. So the edge will take that out a little bit. Take that out just a little bit. The level control here is the amount of volume you want that channel to be at. Now it's an interactive thing, so really that level and that master are what determines the actual overall volume of the drive channel. But what I found with my one is that the master volume, really the first 1/3 of the turn is all the volume, and the next 2/3 of the full rotation, really the volume doesn't change, just the amount of compression in the valve. And as you run it really, really hot, boy, it really, really high, it really, really compresses, you know. So, but you sort of only hear that running it real hard, and I don't think Marshall let us do that today. So let's just wind that up a little bit, the volume. Tons of gain, right? And really, that's it. That's the amp. I mean, you've got the EQ control on that drive channel there, which are the obvious things, you know. Bass, a little bit more bass. You can roll the bass out. Real thin and tinny, but that's cool. Treble, really. Wind it right back. You've got a mid control here that you can boost, or you can cut it out. So, or you can leave it in the center there, which is just a flat response. Really a real Rolls Royce of an amp, but like I said, they sort of run really, really hot, and they have a bit of a unique sound, you know. The clean sound isn't what I call the real Fender clean sort of tone. It's more a little bit grainy, but just a personal preference thing, really, you know. Just a quick brief rundown of the back of the amplifier here. You've got the IEC power lead, obviously. You've got an on-off switch which lights up the front with really cool lights and shit. You've got the standby switch, which all valve amps, I'm sure everyone's familiar with. They has a standby switch. Then you've got actually you can select the rectifier, whether you want a tube rectifier or a solid state rectifier. So really, that's a personal sort of taste thing, really up to the individual. This is the multi-pin proprietary foot switch connection now, which I was saying that the new amps have the proprietary pin. They no longer use the ABY box at the front, and that's sort of just hooks up there, and that's it. You run the foot switch out, and you can switch channel. You don't have to worry about any other type of switching. A send and return here with send and return levels, and you've got your reverb. Select reverb switch there. You can switch the reverb in or out if you want by a foot switch, and then you've got a speaker connection there with the selectable ohmage for whatever box you want to run. This particular box that we have underneath it, this Bad Cat box here, is a 212 with vintage 30s, and it's 216 ohm speakers running down at 8 ohms. So, and that's all selectable. So the head will go with single 12s, 412s, 212s, any sort of speaker configuration you want to put them with. That's it for Bad Cat amps.